Star Wars Geek Girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I'm Zoe, and as usual, I'm here with Lizzy.
Hello.
And we're going to get to talk about the Andor Season 2 trailer. It's finally here. We have less than 2 months until the show comes back for its final season.
Yippee.
And I'm very, very excited to talk about the trailer. Before we get into the details, what are your general thoughts on the trailer?
It was very different. I wasn't, because usually, I'm not like, it felt like a very normal trailer. If that make like a very not Star Warsy trailer, which wasn't bad. It was great still, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the first few seconds I was watching this, and I was like, did I choose the right one? Is this Andor? But like I liked it, and I also feel like it's mostly, I don't know, that was cool, and then just like the people that we got to see, I missed Andor and like the characters and like the show in general so much that I was like, even the people that I really don't like, I was still excited to see them in this trailer.
Yes, I agree. The trailer was different than other Star Wars trailers we've gotten, but I still enjoyed it a lot. It used some contemporary music. I believe the song is "The Revolution Starts Now." I think is the name of the song. But I enjoyed it, and I think it fit. It fit a lot, very, very well. And I'm so excited to see. We know this season is going to be different in a lot of ways from the first season. And I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited to see, the things that we love about Andor kind of come back a little bit. I'm very excited about that. Also, I want everyone to know we're recording this on Oscar Sunday, and I'm keeping an eye while I'm podcasting, keeping one eye on the Oscars coverage. So you may get my raw reactions to certain award choices. Just letting you know. But yeah, okay. So I guess we'll get into the detail. I would say, I think an often underappreciated art within film and TV is the art of editing a good trailer. I think sometimes like a trailer, like I think making trailers is its own form of art. And they're their own pieces of media that deserve appreciation. And this was a really great trailer. I love the editing, the timing. It was snappy, but also showed, what we wanted out of, this trailer that we've been waiting so long for. And I want to show some appreciation for that.
I did like all the quotes and stuff of like the good reviews that they got. Like, again, not something that's really in a Star Wars trailer, but like I liked it because this show deserved it, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was also nice, and maybe I thought, because it did so well, and I feel like even people that didn't really watch Star Wars watched it. Maybe this is a way to be like, hey, normal people, look, it's a trailer. Like that you've seen other trailers like Marvel and this and that always has like, a song to it and blah blah blah. Like maybe like I was wondering if maybe that's like the audience they were also going for. I don't know. I really don't know. I my expertise is cooking, not trailer making.
Yeah, it is also interesting too because I think it's definitely like a Marvel style trailer in a sense, and I think Andor of all the Star Wars shows is farthest from what Marvel puts out, and kind of not really the quick snappy thing. But I mean, obviously season 2 could be different, so it's interesting to see, like you said, probably trying to bring in the more general audience who might have heard the good things about this season 1 of the show, and all those wonderful critic reviews they included, and want to check it out. But yeah, so we can talk about the trailer. There's a lot. There's a lot of trailer to analyze. There's a like a plains planet with tall grasses. A lot of Cassian walking through various fancy places. Through what looks like Yavin 4. He's flying potentially stolen Imperial ships. We got some Saw Gerrera looking a lot more Rogue One than he did before. We have Mon Mothma at, I think, Leia's wedding. She's at a big party with a lot of very fancy people.
With who?
I said we have Mon Mothma at, I think, Leia's wedding because it's a big fancy party.
Her wedding?
Remember, she's getting married to that other kid.
Oh, yeah. Huh. I forgot about that. That's true. Yeah. I just thought she was at a party rocking. I don't know.
It could be just a party. She could be party rocking.
True. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. I don't know how that escaped me. Yeah. It's probably you're probably right, but I liked like at first she was kind of serious looking, and then like maybe she had a few drinks and she was like whatever, and she started party rocking and throwing her hands up and stuff. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, but we got a bit of Luthen as well. We also have Bix. Bix is back, and it looks like because she and Cassian seem to blow something up, so it looks like she's getting some revenge because she went through it.
Yeah, she really did. Really.
We have some Krennic, which we knew we were getting Krennic. We do have some Krennic, and that's exciting. A little bit of Brasso, a little bit of Clea.
I'm a little worried for Brasso. A
little bit of Cyril. Here's the thing, no one in this show is safe except for Mon Mothma, Cassian, K2, and Melshi, because we know they'll die later. But Mon Mothma is the only one we know to be a survivor.
Yeah.
But speaking of K2, we get some K2 in there. Love that guy. Very excited to see him. It was a very action-focused trailer.
Yeah, I thought the end was really funny though, because like it's not funny. It's just he looks like because Andor's all fancy.
He's all fancy,
but he looks like he looks like Alexander Hamilton to me. It's just like the top up is like the white with the.
It's a very ruffly like collar, yeah.
And then like his hair is like super slicked back. I was like, who does he look like? Alexander?
He's gonna start rapping. Yes. He's gonna start rapping. You spoiled it.
No, I'm so sorry.
I do wonder, because so we know this the way this season is gonna air is so it's arcs in sets of 3 again. Sort of like the first one was like each 3 episodes was its own arc. So it's like that crazy. Again, except this time, in between each arc is going to be about a year passing.
That's crazy to me. That's like
which is different than season 1, where it was all basically happening at the same time.
Yeah.
They're also airing it. They're airing it 3 episodes at a time. So it's only going to be 4 weeks versus like 9 to 12 weeks. And personally, I'm a proud anti-binge releaser. I don't like binge releases, and this isn't a binge release, but I'm not a fan personally of that.
Yeah.
I just remember season 1 airing felt so special because we had that time between each episode to let it marinate and discuss and like build up hype. And it's not gonna have that. I mean, it's still gonna have it, but it won't be the same this time. So I'm not crazy. I don't hate it, but I'm not crazy about the release schedule.
Yeah,
I'm so excited though.
When I was told this, I was like, man, this is gonna be great for Mom. Mom is like the only I binge stuff, but I only binge stuff because I'm I'm a procrastinator, and I'll just
Mhm.
like if a new show comes out, I'll wait and I'll wait and I'll wait, and then I'll like binge it, but not because I want to binge it, just because I'm lazy and I just don't like watch it in the beginning. I don't know why. So like this is fine to me, but it feels like I'm not it feels like it's just gonna pass by so fast and I'm not gonna get as much
Mhm.
content as I want, even though I plenty will. It's like the same amount of episodes ish, right? But just given to me in bigger increments that I'm just like I'm
Yeah.
like
I
fooled.
Yeah, I just remember Arcane season 2 did a similar thing where they dropped episodes in batches of 3, and they were long episodes too, which I assume Andor will be long episodes again as well. And I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
And I know there are a lot of people. I will say there are a lot of people very happy about this because they, want to get it all at once, and I respect that if that's how you feel. But for me, I like the wait. I like the torture of the wait and getting to discuss,
Masochist.
especially like having those cliffhangers between. But like I feel like part of the fun of it is getting to discuss with everybody and let each singular episode sink in.
Mm-hmm.
And because especially because I feel like with this season being a year between arcs, there's not going to be as much, like you can't really have as much of a cliffhanger
Yeah.
at the end of an arc because you're going to jump forward a year next week. And so I'm like, I don't hate it. It's like fine. It's not a big deal. We're getting more Star Wars, but a little bit bummed. But I'm still very excited for Andor.
Yeah. The only thing that does make me sad, like I kind of said before, was just that I was so and I am so excited for season 2 Andor, but I was kind of hoping we were going to get a little more before his like death. Which we are. It's just like I don't know, I feel so rushed. Which is also like interesting because like I wonder if that's another thing where they're like, well, during these 3 years, it felt rushed to Andor because he was in a war and like this is that. Uh, I was kind of thinking
Mm-hmm.
about it that way. But but I personally, I want more.
Yeah, well, and I know the reason because they didn't and they only wanted to do 2 seasons is because of how long it takes to make a season of Andor. That I think it was Tony Gilroy said like he was like Diego and I didn't want to be doing this for 10 years, which is valid.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't have more seasons. It's because they were like this would take my whole life, which is valid, I guess. But I'm so excited, and I'm sure like the stories they're telling are the ones that matter most in a sense, and any other stories could always show up in a new form, whether it's comics or books or audio dramas. I would kill for an audio drama Andor style. Um, so but I'm very excited for the season. A lot of stuff up in there. Like we said, the only people we know will make it through the show are Cassie and Melshi K2 because they also die in Rogue One, and Mothma, and she's got some life ahead of her.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
Not a lot of other specifics, and I'm excited for that just to see what all happens. Especially because like the only scenes we really saw of Mothma were at that party.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, what else is she gonna do? We know at some point she is extracted from Coruscant, and then the rebels, the Ghost Crew, takes her to Yavin. And we have all these scenes of Cassian dressed up very fancy. What if he's the one that takes her to the Ghost Crew? What if Cassian's the one that extracts her?
That would be cute.
So, and also we had a shot of Cyril Karn in there. How's he doing? 'Cause he's kind of a hot mess. His mom was there too. Love her.
Oh my
My
god, I
queen.
can't.
My
I
queen
can't.
Edie.
This
Love her.
girl.
My
Hate
icon.
her.
My icon. She's so funny.
Hate
I'm
her.
so excited.
I hate both of them, but
I just
can't
think
stand this woman.
she's the best. She puts him in her place and his place, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
My queen Edie, I'm very excited to see her again. She's so funny. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see Cyril and what he is up to, because he was, he's such a hot mess, and then he saved Daedra at the end, and so if that's gonna be a connection that continues, or what happens there. Also Daedra. Also, I really want Daedra to face off with Krennic. In like a board meeting, I want them to be so sassy and petty, and I want Krennic to throw a little temper tantrum like he does.
Mm-hmm. But this whole thing seems like it's going to be a whole connective mess.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters. Because obviously this is Andor. It's primarily Cassian's story, going from thief to rebel. I also wonder if we'll see him take on the Fulcrum agent title in this show. He did that as well. And so I'm curious to see how everyone else's stories go and where those arcs are, like what Bix does, Brasso does, because we know like Bix, Brasso. Also, B2 was not in the trailer, and I think B2 and K2 would not get along. That's why I want them to meet. But yeah, there's just so much, and I am very excited to see how it all
connects. It all connects.
Up, yeah.
It's all connected. Everything.
Yeah. And like we said, this is also a very action-focused trailer. So I wonder if this season is going to have a lot more action in it, or if they
put
they were
all
like,
the action in
they're like, we need to get everybody to watch it. Get all the action shots in this trailer.
Yeah.
Give them everything we got. So I'm curious to see that, and then also, not to bring the glup shittos into this.
Oh.
But I would really like to see Bail Organa in this show. That's my one. That's my only one I want to see. I want to see Bail Organa because it makes sense. Okay. He's a great guy. We love him. He's instrumental to the rebellion, and he is the perfect foil to Mon Mothma and her arc from season 1. And I want to see that drama because they have such like opposite lives. Because like Mon Mothma is trying to do rebellion stuff, but her husband and her daughter are pro-Empire. When Bail Organa, he's got the whole family into it. Rhea's helping, Leia's helping.
True.
Everyone's there.
Very true. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't want to see her husband. I hope that's my one wish I'm giving.
Oh my gosh.
I'm putting it out there. I hope he dies. If that's the only way that we see him, he dies.
I don't know if he's gonna die. I think the galaxy's too cruel to kill him.
I'm putting my wish out there.
It is interesting because I've been reading Reign of the Empire recently. I actually just finished it. It's a very, very, very good book. Lots of interesting stuff about Saul and Bail and Mon in the early days of the Empire. It's also like scarily relevant to life right now. But Perrin's in it, but he's doesn't completely suck. He actually is helping Mon Mothma with stuff, and he's being kind of nice. And I'm I'll be reading, and I'm starting to soften on it. No, this guy sucks. Remember Andor? This guy's the worst. And it's man, because it's Reign of the Empire is going to be a trilogy, and it's man, there's 2 more books, and I'm going to watch you become a jerk face.
Yeah. Does it say why he's a jerk face, or he's just a jerk?
Well, we didn't get there yet. We're still in the first book of the trilogy.
Oh, okay.
But he's not the best. He's, but he's helping Mon Mothma and being kind of nice. It's this guy.
This guy. I hate that man.
He sucks.
Hate him.
But also, I really want, because in both, I'm going to spoil Reign of the Empire kinda-ish a little bit, but in both Reign of the Empire and Leia, Princess of Alderaan, Mon Mothma's strategy when people are like getting too close to her rebellion activities is to just like pretend she's having an affair so they stop asking her questions. And it's really funny. And I kind of hope she does it in Andor. Because it's just like a great character trait where it's like someone's asking her a question, she's like, yeah, well, I'm having an affair. Okay, you got what you wanted. And everyone gets uncomfortable. It's really great.
Oh.
And then, yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm excited for her arc too. I mean, because we know, like, you know, by the time we get to Rebels and Rogue One and A New Hope, she's like at the military base of the rebellion, like fully leading it from that side. And so it'll be interesting to see, like, from where she was in Andor, where she, you know, was still all in on the rebellion, even though she never got super comfortable with the death war requires. But she was like, you know, more on the like financial side of it and like trying to work the politics to keep people off the rebel activities back and stuff like that. And so it'll be interesting to see whatever fallout happens that makes her have to flee and be unable to do things on that side of it, and how that changes her. I think will be really interesting. I think she's such an admirable character because she does hold on to hope and to her core beliefs very much, like we see, like, even after throughout the whole war, when we get to the New Republic times, you know, even after everything, she still has this belief of goodness in the galaxy. That's why she wants to demilitarize the New Republic as fast as she can, because she doesn't want them to be the new empire, and she doesn't want, you know, that military might threatening people or anything anymore, which she arguably did too soon and allowed the First Order to rise. But like, I admire the principle of it, and the, you know, it's very, you know, it's an admirable, I think, trait of hers, and I think one that it'll be fun to see.
I think my favorite Mon Mothma moment was God, what is that? What's it called? That one book? Oh no, I'm already failing. Stars book.
Lost Stars?
Yes. With Thane. And I can't
Sienna?
remember. Yeah, no. Yeah. I'm just saying, in this one scene, I can't remember if they're celebrating. I think they're celebrating the first Death Star exploding.
Yeah.
I think. And then they all celebrate and they're getting drunk and everything, but he's still having like issues with you know, Sienna, and he like he gets drunk, and then Mon Mothma comes and helps him like to get somewhere to rest, and he like just starts blabbering and being like, I still love this girl, and like, I had friends on the Death Star, but like, we did it and I'm happy, but and he just like spills his guts out, and he's like, in the thought, like in his thoughts, he's like, I don't even know who this person is, but I can't help myself. And then like in the morning they all have a meeting or something, and then he sees her and he was like, oh my god, that was Mon Mothma. I don't know, that was, I just liked how sweet she was when she was just listening to him and trying to give him advice. Cute Mon Mothma moment.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see like her, that shift in environment for her too, because, you know, as a senator, she's always like in the Senate or like going to the like political parties and trying to like work things verbally. And so it'll be interesting to see her when she goes to a military base and it's not like that at all. And how she kind of handles that, you know, because her best skills, and we see this in Reign of the Empire too, her best skills are her ability to like weave through social situations and like find the compromises and make the right, pull the right levers, and make the right sacrifices and additions to your bill that you're trying to get passed, so that someone else will vote for it, and like navigating that. And so it'll be interesting to see her start to shift to we saw it in Rebels too, but like start to shift to being essentially a military leader, when she was always anti-military, and see that shift. I think it'll be really interesting. And it's also, I think, it's what I'm excited to see in Reign of the Empire, because in Reign of the Empire we have like Bail and Saul and Mothma kind of like working together a little bit, but we know that's going to fracture. Largely, not the whole thing, just Saw from the other two. And so it'll be interesting to see that and how the repercussions of that still play.
Yeah. You say things so eloquently.
I don't know if that's true.
It's true in the perspective of, in the comparison of me.
I don't know if that's true still.
It's a compliment. Take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer a lot. I'm really excited for all these characters to see them again, see how they're doing. Hopefully they're doing okay. I doubt it in these 3 years, but
I think we should make like how people like make like Oscar ballots and see which ones they get right. I think we should all make death predictions. We should have a death pool. Whoever gets the most right gets like a prize or something. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I think we're gonna see a lot of it. Because like if you really think about it, in season 1, there wasn't like a ton, not from like really big main characters.
Yeah.
Like you had a couple of you had most of the Aldani rebels early on in the show. And you had like in that last episode a couple of the like Ferric side characters that went, but no one like super huge. And if Cinta or Vel or both die, you will see me on the news. Okay? Please. Also, we didn't see any Cinta in this trailer, and that's a little scary because I love her. We just see like a tiny bit of Vel, but yeah, and I think one of my, besides the like main characters, I think one of my favorite like bigger plot lines in Rebels was like the rebellion coming together from splintered cells and factions to the Alliance all together. I think that's one of my favorite parts of Rebels, like in the general sense, outside of the main characters again. So it'll be interesting to see that in Andor too, because Andor season 1 starts out at the same time as Rebels, at the same time as Rebels season 1, and so it'll be interesting to see that, see a more adult side of that story, because as much as Rebels gets into some of those heavier themes, it ultimately still aired on Disney XD, and held a lot back in the sense of like the darker parts of war sometimes, and so it'll be really interesting to see that from a show that does not hold back in the sense of Andor, and what that looks like. And hold on, they're about to announce the best picture for Oscars.
Is that so? Wait, what is Oscars?
What is it? Oh my God, it's Sonora. Sorry.
Who?
Sorry. What do you mean? What is the Oscars?
I don't get it.
Is
it just for movies?
It's for movies. Yes, it's the most prestigious.
Okay.
Film awards, at least in the United States, but generally the United States is seen as film capital. So it's generally considered the most prestigious, but Andor just won. Let's go. Andor is starring Mikey Madison. It's a good movie. Oh my gosh. And Mikey Madison won Best Actress too, and Sean Baker won Best Director. Oh my gosh.
I don't know any of these people.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm very excited. Sorry. This is not a Nora podcast. But I'm very excited because one, it was Anora, and B, it was not another movie. But I'm going to be positive and not say the name of that movie that I did not want to win. Because I'm nice.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Anyway, Andor. Very excited for season 2.
Yippee!
And I think it was like a rumor that Jimmy Smith was coming back as Bail Organa. I don't know if it's true or not. But I would, again, love to see him. It would make sense, okay? It's not like it's not Glip
It's not
Shido
out of
if
no.
it makes sense to be there, okay? Let Bail
Yes.
Organa be an Andor. Tony Gilroy would treat him so right. I love the Organas. Bring Brea in too. I love them.
Yes,
Put them
maybe
in the
have
show.
Leia teach the other kids some manners.
It's my only dude. I think if anyone could get Leia to stop, just stop, it would be Leia.
Well, yeah.
But also I don't know. I think Leia would also meet Leia and be like, no,
No,
I don't want to hang out with her.
No.
Also, kind of maybe the book trilogy will get into it, but Mon Mothma, you named your daughter a really similar name to Bail Organa's daughter. Why'd you do that? That's weird. Because she in the first book, she has not had Leda yet. I think she's gonna have her. I won't say why, but I think she's gonna have her in book 2. But it's like interesting. I'm sure it's like a family name or something. That's not the point. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I would like, as much as Leda really got on my nerves in season 1, I would like to see her come around. You know, I blame Perrin mostly for how much she sucks. I would like to see her come around, and be, if not pro rebellion, at least more anti-Empire.
I don't want to see her daughter.
Okay.
I don't want to see her daughter or her husband dead to me. I hope they are dead.
He can die, but I have, I'm trying to be a girl's girl. I have hope for Leda. She's still young.
Nah. Dead.
Okay. But I'm trying to think of what else I have to say. Just I'm really excited for Cassian's arc, especially. To see him, because like his arc in season 1 was about going from like the thief who had this political anger in him but didn't know what to do about it, into a rebel and someone who believed in the fight, and now he has to go from just a rebel and a soldier to a captain. And we see in Rogue One, he's very confident, he's very secure in his position in the rebellion. In Rogue One, he also alludes to having done a lot of not so great things in the name of the rebellion, and we'll probably see some of that as well. And so I'm really excited, I think, for his arc. I would also really like, I know I said Vel, if anything happened to Vel and Cinta, I'd be on the news. I would really like Bix to come out of this okay, too. Because I just like her a lot. I just, all the ladies, I want all the ladies to be okay.
Yippee! That's fair.
And I am excited. Luthen was not in the trailer a lot. When he was very, very heavily in season 1. So, and I'm not saying that like, oh, he's gonna die, but I'm just wondering what he is going to do. And
do
if
no.
because we know he's mainly working with Mon Mothma, it seems like, but he's also kind of playing cards with Saw as well. Though I don't think Saw likes him. But not that Saw necessarily likes anyone.
True.
But I'm interesting to see like if we see that like a big schism between we know like when Mon's rebellion grows into more of a military, Saw almost like wants even less to do with them. And so I'm interesting to see like is Luthen gonna pick sides? Is he gonna go with Saw? Is he gonna go with Mothma, or is he gonna keep doing his own thing, or is he gonna play between the two? Because he's such an interesting character. I can't wait to learn more about him. And also especially like because we know Mon's essentially her covers gets blown, and that's when she gets evacuated to go to Yavin. I wonder if because he's doing the same thing, he's living this double life, doing all the fancy stuff on Coruscant and also doing rebellion stuff. He's a bit more hands-on than Mon is, and so I wonder like is his cover gonna get blown too?
I wonder.
And
I wonder
like
if maybe his cover gets blown and Mon Mothma and like he's supposed to take Luthen to Yavin too, but
maybe
Luthen doesn't
Mon
make
goes
it.
with the Ghost Crew and Cassian takes Luthen to Yavin. Interesting, because they like separate them, so it's like, well, you both won't die if your ship gets blown up. So interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see the show and get more of that amazing music and the cinnamon topography, as the kids call it. And yeah, is that it? Is that all I have to say? I think that's all I have to say.
I think so.
Slay. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Sorry I freaked out about Andorra on the podcast. Maybe. Thank you so much for listening. You know the drill. Make sure you check out StarWarsGeekGirl.com. Kanan and Hera very, very heavily won our poll last month for favorite Star Wars couple. Like you gotta go look at the website. I have like a little graph on there. It's not even close. They crushed it, as they should.
Yes.
As they should. But you can vote for this month's poll for this month, since we're seeing the second half of season 2 of Young Jedi Adventures. The poll is for your favorite Young Jedi Adventures character. So make sure you vote for your favorite there. I have a feeling I know who's going to win, but we're going to poll it anyway. Make sure you check that out. Subscribe to the blog if you want to see the stuff I write, including my book review for Reign of the Empire that I was talking about. It's an amazing book. I'm going to write a book review after we're done here, or maybe I'll write it tomorrow. Make sure you check that out on there so you can sign up for the blog, or if you just want one email a month, sign up for the newsletter, the newsletter only subscription. Follow us on Instagram at Star Wars Geek Girl and Facebook at Star Wars Geek Girl and Twitter at SW Geek Girl. And because I forgot to mention it at the top of the show, like I was going to, and I forgot. Why is the font different? Okay.
What?
Star Wars Geek Girl, you changed the font. Star Wars Geek Girl is going to Celebration Tokyo. If you're going to be at Celebration Tokyo, you can check us out on the Holonet News stage on Saturday, April 19th at 11:30 a.m. That's Japan time. We will be trying to live stream the show. So if not video, at least audio. And if you want to check that out, check out what time in Japan time that would be for you. I know in the United States, 11:30 a.m. in Japan is going to be late in the evening, depending on where you are in the US. It'll be late in the evening on Friday night instead of Saturday morning. So check that out. Maybe before the con, I'll make a little like graphic with like what's what for like what the time zones are. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, and if you're looking for me personally, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Spectre_5, 5 written out, not the number, and on Blue Sky at Zoeka.
We got the Rogue Rebels, theroguerebels.com, Instagram and TikTok at the Rogue Rebels. You can check out Dad, like the two things that are happening right now at the TikTok is Dad having books, lots of books, and then drawings of said books. Twitch at Rogue Rebels, podcast wherever you're listening to Star Wars Geek Girl, you can listen to the Rogue Rebels. Facebook page, the Rogue Rebels, and Blue Sky, the Rogue Rebels. Famra 1? Is that right? Or is it just fam? I don't know. I can't tell. It just changed. Hold on.
We keep
Hold the
changing the
phone.
font.
Well, it's Rogue Rebels fam. I was like, what? That's throwing me off. But anyway, it's Blue Sky at the Rogue Rebels fam. That's all.
Do you want to do yours?
Mine? Oh, well, actually, we do somewhat. Well, maybe we'll be Twitch streaming. I Twitch stream by myself too. But also Star Wars Geek Girl did a Twitch stream on Hunters. That was pretty cool.
We also
so
posted it
that's-
as a podcast.
Yes. So that is at Rogue Rebel Sabine. Bean is bean like beans.
BEAN.
Yeah. I couldn't spell. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I have, and the same is for TikTok if anyone is interested as well. Yippee!
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We are very excited to see Andor, also podcast about Andor when it's coming out. We'll see you guys at Celebration. Make sure you check out all the socials and everything like that. And check out our recent podcast if you haven't listened to them. We did our Star Wars Hunters. We talked about Hunters while playing Hunters with us and then your dad, Sal from Rogue Rebels. And I just did a podcast actually with my dad. We talked about getting into Star Wars books, and it's not as scary as you might think. So,
seems kind of scary.
It's not scary. And you can watch that podcast, or I guess listen to it, because I don't think there was video. Listen to that podcast to learn why you don't have to be scared and some tips for figuring out which book you want to read first.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
May the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.